Hello, and welcome to part two of building myself some new bookshelves. In part one, we figured out how many books I had and the overall width of shelving was going to be required for my current state of books. But what else we need to figure out for this design part is how much weight these shelves are going to have to keep up. So for that, I generated a random sample in part one, and what you see me doing here is grabbing those sample books. So that's why I keep staring back at my computer because I can't remember which ones I'm doing. So I just did random numbers 1 through 336, and now I'm just counting out all of those sample books, pulling them out, and putting them on the ground. So as random samples are wont to do, it was very spread out across all of the shelves. I do have it split up by shelf just to make sure I'm getting semi-reasonable amounts of books from each shelf. I mean, it's random, so I don't know what I would do if it weren't somewhat equal, but these are the books I will now be weighing. I took all 40 of those books and just weighed them individually on a kitchen scale. This was terrible and made me very glad I decided to go with a random sample rather than trying to weigh all of my books. What I was trying to show there was a sticky note that said ×2 because sometimes with the random number generator it would generate the same number twice. So there were some books that I weighed once and then just put them into my little spreadsheet twice. So yeah, that's pretty much what that was just weighing a bunch of books. So at the end of all of that weighing, I ended up with this spreadsheet of so many numbers, averaging to 16.6 ounces. I weighed in ounces because why not? Meaning that is 1.04 pounds per book. This is actually the average width of my books in feet, meaning my average book per foot is going to be about 10.7 pounds per foot. Multiplying this over a 8-foot width because 8 feet is a standard sizing for lumber, and I think it will fit really well along this wall. 8 feet is just past where my bookshelves land now, so I think that will be a good width. And then my husband and I made an assumption that we were going to be able to hit 3 studs over the width of that 8 feet. So we just took that 86 pounds and divided it by 3 to say that each bracket would be experiencing about 28.7 pounds of book weight. But for a factor of safety, remember there was that 15% margin of error with my sample size and also the weight of the shelf itself. We're just going to basically double that and assume we need to get brackets that can hold 50 pounds per bracket. So now starts the hard part, the less fun part than doing math of actually sourcing the brackets, the lumber, and then of course building. So I will do my best to keep y'all updated on how that adventure is going.